God bless the shining light that we bear. We're the only ones to make her brighter, the only ones to make her better, the only ones to make Anambra shine.
When he sought the votes and prayers of Anambra to become their governor in the November 2013 gubernatorial elections, Chief Willie Obiano made a solemn promise to the people. He told Anambra that he would continue, complete and commission every project that he would inherit from former Governor Peter Obi and commence a fresh set of projects that would transform Anambra State into a model state in Nigeria. This development philosophy was perfectly captured as the 4C's development paradigm, which ensures that a tradition of administrative excellence started by ABGA in Anambra State is sustained. About 1.5 years after he took the oath of office as the governor of Anambra State, Chief Willie Obiano has kept his promise to the fullest. All over Anambra State, there are clear indications that Obiano has lived up to the expectations of the people. From Orumba to Ayamelum and from Obaru to Amansi, Governor Obiano has left indelible marks on the landscape of Anambra State.
I came into this administration through the platform of APGA. And the former governor that ruled this place for 8 years was then APGA, So it made sense to continue with all the projects. I don't believe in abandoned projects because I didn't start this project, therefore I must not do it, let me go and do my own. No, it doesn't make sense. That's not how economies develop faster, So I continued. The 4Cs actually means to continue, to complete, to commission, and of course, commence new projects, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm pursuing all the programs of my predecessor. I haven't abandoned one.
We inherited well in excess of 100 projects, cutting across roads, bridges, hotels, shopping malls, name it, all the full gamut of construction works. We have continued all of them, 100% all of them, and then we have completed some, like the Aglu Lake Bridge, and then a few have been commissioned, that we completed, and then commenced a few other ones.
One very vital enabler in the development of any economy is road infrastructure. Governor Obiano has ensured the continuation of all road projects inherited throughout the state.
The governor has kept faith with his promise with the 4Cs, okay? Continuing, completion, commissioning, and commencing.
The Amobe-Amansi Road Project, which is one of the vital arteries cutting across Awka, the state capital, is being vigorously pursued as work is earnestly underway. Mainly to ease traffic along the highway, Governor Obiano has introduced 3 flyovers which will change the skyline of the state capital on completion. These flyovers are dual carriageways with a combined length of almost 400 meters.
These 3 flyovers are my initiatives. I started them from the scratch, and 2 of the 3 flyovers will be done fully by October. The remaining one will be finished in April of next year, and it will change the face of Awka, by the time we do that.
Hitherto, we have had bottleneck of traffic where commuters experience a lot of problems passing through the state capital. The only exit before now was maybe Zik Avenue, but now the governor is adding the bridges, which will help because this not only beautifying the capital, giving Awka a befitting, look as the state capital from the Anambra, but easing the traffic.
Although still under construction, The Ozobolo Atani Road and Bridge project is opening up new opportunities for the people of the area. The 3 bridges are completed, giving the farmers and motorists easy access to other parts of the state. The economic benefits of the Isuofia Omonia Nanka Road with spur cannot be overemphasized. Awarded by the immediate past administration, Governor Obiano started the project and ensured it was completed in record time.
If you look here, you notice that from Peter Obi to Obiano, they completed this network. Peter started it, Obiano ended it. When things are in sequence, they work harmoniously, bit by bit. And if you look at the way he came in, there is that connectedness, there is that togetherness, and for him to have continued from where the other person stopped, I am not afraid that he will not continue. I'm sure of that.
Fulfilling his pledge to commission inherited projects, Chief Willie Obiano has completed and commissioned various projects. The Mpo-Amobia Road, a vital commercial artery which links the central to the southern parts of the state, was commissioned recently by the governor. It is worthy of note that all roads being embarked upon by this administration come with road furniture that include demarcation lines, speed limit indicators, and names of towns. In some areas, bus stops have also been introduced.
These things were not there until Governor Willie Obiano came, and he brought them into everything we do. If you design a road now, you must have complement of the light, the road signs, the road markings. So these are the road furniture, part of some of them.
Speaking at the Mpo roundabout, Governor Obiano stated that the Mpo-Amobia Road was a quality construction work undertaken in line with the best standards in road construction around the world. Hence, it is now the reference point for all road projects in the state.
This road was started by my predecessor because if you look at the road, you see it's also been marked with proper street signs and infrastructure. As you are observing, electricity is also being put in strategic places along the street. This is the way our roads will be. So we are happy that this road is today formally commissioned, and it's in line with the promise I made in Anambra that I will continue, complete, commission all the roads that were started by my predecessor and also new ones. That's exactly what we are doing.
The 43-kilometer Omo Junction Ibaku-Ifitogwari Road in Ayamelum local government area has also been completed by the Obiano-led administration, while other road projects continue all over the state. Keeping his promise, Governor Obiano has commenced the construction of new roads and bridges, prioritizing areas hitherto unconnected to other parts of the state.
I'm doing the longest road in Anambra, the one that starts from Aguleri North to the oil rig area with 2 bridges. The 2 bridges are almost 90% done, so I'm confident that I'll deliver on all those things I promised.
The focus was to open up the roads into the industrialized agricultural areas that we've signed, we have signed MOUs with investors, and they have actually, and they need to move to sites. So we started opening up the roads. For instance, there's a road being done into Cochet farms, so then the industrialized areas, the other investors that are building industries like equipment assembly plants, roads are being done into the areas where they're going to set up, so roads are not just springing up. They're being done strategically, to be able to help the government achieve the 4 pillars.
Governor Willie Obiano'S desire to give Anambra a befitting state capital is on the way as construction on the 3-arm zone progresses, conceived by the immediate past administration and flagged off by Governor Obiano. This expanse of land will house the new government house and lodge. It will also accommodate the new State House of Assembly as well as the judiciary complexes. In a recent inspection, the governor, Willie Obiano, defied the torrential rain across the state to inspect the havoc wreaked by flooding in some parts of Awka, Onitsha and Obosi. Governor Obiano, who was amongst early callers at Udoka Estate, where a couple were rescued after the collapse of the wall of their building, and Ngozika Estate, where another bungalow was submerged, called on Anambra to stop building on storm waterways and blocking drainages.
But this is an opportunity to tell Anambra, the point we're making, do not build houses in flood areas because we are going to pull them down. Secondly, do not dump garbage in drainage. It makes them overflow and cause some of the challenges like we're seeing now. We're also going to punish anybody we catch dumping refuse on the drainage system or building houses in flood channels.
In trade and commerce, the mega shopping malls situated in Awka, Onitsha and Nnewi, which were inherited from the last administration, are also receiving much attention as work continues on the construction of all 3 mega shopping malls. The Nnewi Mega Shopping Mall, located at Nkwo Triangle, is unique in the sense that the parking lot is on the first floor, a first in Anambra. It is projected that in 2015, the stocking of goods in the Onitsha Shopping Mall by a major retailer will commence, thus signifying the edifice ready for business. The other shopping malls are slated to commence operation later this year.
They understand that most of the spaces have been sold out or let out there, and that's a real good indicator that people are very, very interested in that place. People understand that business is dynamic and the way you do business is also dynamic. We think that before December, everything will be open officially based on the scope, the pace and whatever of the work that has been done so far. And this is also part of the 4 C's, His Excellency, because the project was started before this administration. But it's a success story.
To further boost trade and commerce in the state, the first phase of the Oba International Market is almost complete. This market comes with modern facilities, adequate parking lot, and a police station. The first 300 out of 1,000 lock-up shops have been painted and fitted, ready for use.
The Oba International Market was started under a build, operate, and transfer agreement signed by Mbadinju administration. So we reviewed the agreement. We saw it was something that was laudable, a project that will create employment, help improve revenue base of the state, help to generate more commerce, trade and commerce. And so we went into it. It's something we know that will open up the Oba axis, Idemili South, and help us boost the economy of that area.
Anambra State has a rich cultural heritage and many undeveloped tourist attractions that have the potentials to be big money spinners. The development of tourist attractions like the famous Obunike Cave, Owelezikala Waterfalls, and the completion of Agule Lake Tourist Resort are top on the governor's agenda for the tourism sector.
When we came in, the hotel structure, the shell, had basically been completed, but they were now trying to do the electricals and the facilities behind the swimming pool and a couple of other facilities that for the hotel, the parking lots, the service areas, the conference area hadn't been completed. We completed it. We're at the stage now where negotiating with operators. It's intended to be a 4- or 5-star hotel, so you have to bring the appropriate management to run the hotel. Now, as soon as that is completed, they will now recommend the standard of furnishing that will be inside it.
It is also on record that the Obiano-led government has signed an MOU worth $320 million for the construction of the West African International Trade Center to be built by private developers. This will be the largest shopping complex east of the Niger. Chief Willie Obiano has continued to invest in educational institutions, including those that are fully owned by missionaries.
For us, the partnership with the mission is very crucial. The partnership with the mission is for the general well-being of our students, especially in terms of their morality. And for His Excellency to continue that shows his belief in human capacity building. So what he has done is that with the Catholic and Anglican missions, who we have handed over schools to, and we are co-managing the schools with them, it has continued to empower them to ensure that that alliance doesn't fail.
To achieve his vision, Governor Willie Obiano has given over 733 million naira to mission schools in the state for the maintenance of their structures within his first year. He has also constructed over 1,500 classroom blocks for primary schools. Fueled by his vision for teachers' welfare, Governor Obiano has increased their salaries with a bonus for teachers teaching the sciences and those deployed to hard-to-staff areas.
We have the problem of attrition of teachers in the rural areas. This is the hard-to-staff areas where teachers hardly would want to stay because they are remote, they are hard to reach, and sometimes some of them are in the riverine areas. So to keep and retain teachers there, the government is paying every teacher, both primary and secondary school teachers that are there, 20% of their basic salary. That is in addition to their salary.
Before now, if any teacher is posted in a hinterland, in a remote area, the person is frustrated. He doesn't want to go. And those people who teach there do not teach with their whole mind. They are not committed because of the difficulties of the terrain. But he has made it possible for some teachers who are teaching in remote areas to be receiving a kind of compensation, remuneration in addition to their normal salary. And the overall consequence of it all is that many people are now happy to teach in remote areas.
To ensure that teachers in Anambra State are abreast with modern teaching techniques, the government is using the 2015 summer break to train all teachers in computer appreciation and techniques. In the same vein, the government has sponsored 23 vocational teachers to Singapore for special training. This will sharpen their competence and overall ability to deliver on their jobs.
In the recent time, our kids have gone internet, and if we don't queue up, we have to be challenged. So it's very important that teachers will join in the national development by learning the computer, because with the world is in our hands, in order to teach these kids, guide these kids, and move with them, because some of them are even more computer literate than us. So this is very necessary for the teachers and the principals in order to queue up into the system.
This particular project the governor has brought in is bringing us, moving away from analog to digital. And that makes us, more current with the happenings all over the world. I think the governor is trying to give us global training that will make us fit in anywhere in the world.
Governor Obiano has also given 50 and 30 kVA generating sets to 420 schools, 220 laptops to private schools in the state. In addition, he has procured 629 two-seater wooden desks and 545 round tables and chairs for pupils of early child care centers. Governor Obiano's desire for a highly literate Anambra is yielding dividends, as Anambra State is currently representing Nigeria in faraway Singapore in the World Secondary Schools debate.
Since the past 3 years, we've been first in NECO exams and other national and international exams. This crop of 9 students representing Anambra in Singapore on debate, we are the best. It's only them and the people from Kaduna that are representing Nigeria. So it's a plus to our teachers, it's a plus to the students. The other thing we're trying to address, which is a major challenge, is the issue of girl-child education in the rural areas, riverine areas. A place like Ayamelum, where girls are almost not going to school. The same thing we did with Migrant Farmer School. I'm now taking the schools to them, so that schools are now closer. So we've given the first set of 30 schools that we are going to build will go to the villages of these students, unlike before, where they have to go for a longer distance. That's the structure we are running for farmers too. We are taking schools to them, so that while they are working, their children can go to school.
Health, they say, is wealth. A maxim Governor Obiano fully understands and has continued to upgrade the major health institutions in the state.
We started from the 3 senatorial zones, but also doing levels of interventions in the existing ones, to make sure that they keep them functional, because you won't tell people not to fall sick until you build the skyscraper you want to be. Actually, you want to build the hospitals that should be, that should compete any hospital in the world. But to do that, we must make sure that the ones we have are having a basic minimal equipment and manpower to function while we get where we are going.
The health institutions in Umunze and Atani have been completely refurbished and are delivering qualitative health care to Anambra. The Onitsha General Hospital is now undergoing renovation to accommodate the state-of-the-art medical equipment ordered by the state government. New units with new structures have been introduced to the Onitsha General Hospital, which include a special isolation unit which will cater for patients in any outbreak of communicable diseases. This special facility comes with an elevated helipad which could be used to evacuate emergencies when required.
If you go to Onitsha now, we are including a lot of structures in the existing ones. Apart from rehabilitating the existing ones and making them state of the art, we also included the isolation ward center for the tropical disease control. But now that we're having some diseases that have chances of spreading, we want to have some isolation ward that could take care of that. And in the same Onitsha, we have also introduced a helipad, a helicopter landing pad where emergencies can easily be flying out, people that may be taken to Lagos or other things. And then restructuring of the pharmacy, a lot of things. Of course, the Sun Diagnostic Center there is really fully functional. The federal government is partnering with that Sun Diagnostic, and it is a state-of-the-art diagnostic center within that Onitsha.
Chief Willie Obiano has gone further by signing a $1.5 million agreement with an American healthcare firm, Rise Health Corporation. This signifies the beginning of a historic healthcare re-engineering project that will usher in a new phase of excellent Medicare in the rural areas of the state.
Basically, this coalition would focus on re-engineering of hospitals in the state, starting with 2 hospitals, 3 health systems, including this one in Anambra Central, and Osamala General Hospital in Obaru in the north, and Arumba General Hospital in the south. So we're hoping to use Rice Clinic as a model to re-engineer these two additional sites, and further down the road, we hope to use the model to implement it in other hospital systems in Anambra State as well, and create the reputation of Anambra State to be the center for healthcare across Nigeria.
With the dwindling finances accruing to the state from the Federation account, only by his clear understanding of prudent financial management, Governor Obiano has continued to forge ahead in achieving his vision and mission for Anambra. He has completed and commissioned the House of the Internal Revenue, revamping its structure for better service delivery. This has yielded dividends as the IGR of the state has increased from 500 million naira monthly to over 1.3 billion naira.
Because of the drop in oil price and the low allocation I'm getting from the federal government, I had no option than to work extra hard to be able to jack up my IGR. And that's why I moved from an average of about 450 to 550 million to 1.1 billion where we are. As a matter of fact, it's actually 1.3 billion. But I'm waiting for that one to happen one more month so I can know that it's stabilized.
Using his 4C's formula, one thing is for sure, that Governor Willie Obiano is in full throttle, building the pillars, reactivating and revamping the economic enablers through a robust, well-thought-out economic framework that has ushered in a safe and industrialized Anambra State, which has now become an investor's heaven.
With all our hearts, we pray and ask, God bless Anambra, God bless the shining light that we bear. We're the only ones to make her brighter, the only ones to make her better, the only ones to make Anambra